Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to video number 3 in the 30 for 30 business lessons in 30 days challenge here at Launchpreneurship. My name is Matt Wacek. I am the founder of Launchpreneurship. And basically what Launchpreneurship is a huge community of like-minded lawn, landscape, and snow business owners. I'll link below to my whole backstory. I don't want to go into it with these videos, but long story short, I had gotten in the industry at like 15 years old in 2007. Started my lawn, landscape, and snow business while I was going to school for horticulture in 2011. Started with nothing but my laptop, scaled that to multiple six figures over the course of 5 years before selling. And a little bit before then, I had started a digital marketing agency, which helps businesses make more money by getting more customers from Google Organic, Google Ads, Facebook ads, and Instagram ads. So a little bit of a backstory there. Entrepreneurship also is another business that I have, and that's what this channel here is all about: lawn, landscape, and snow businesses, and helping as many people as we possibly can with growing their businesses and becoming more efficient and all that sort of cool jazz. So if you like business videos and crazy business stories from over the years, be sure to go down below and subscribe and hit the bell for the notifications. That way you know when each one of these videos is uploaded every single day for the next month. So this brings me into the story that we're going to talk about today, which is dating all the way back to 2012. So 5 years ago, I was just turning 21 at that point, or during that year, and a lot of crazy stuff had happened within my business with just a terrible partnership that had flopped after a year, or actually not a year, a month, and buying out a company. And also, we're going to talk about today, which is the time I'd almost bought a lawn care franchise. I was approached after using this particular company and I subbed out their services, subbed out their services to some of my clients who were a little bit further out of the way when it came to just putting them on the regular route. They're a little bit too far out. So I had a local franchise that was closer to them do that work for us. And I don't even know how exactly they got my number. They must have talked to that company or whatever, but I get a call from one of their reps a couple months later saying, hey, one of our other routes is selling because he wants to retire after like 20 years or something of doing all this work. I'm not going to say the company's name because I just don't need to. So just know that it was a franchise and they did like fertilizing, weed control, and that kind of stuff. So this is also not the first franchise that had approached me. If you were around maybe 5 years ago, there are a few other franchises that really just called and called and called and called contractors every single day, try to get them to sign up, and they still probably do that, but because that's how they make money, by getting people to sign up for their company and work for them, basically. But anyway, basically, this company had like 300 or 400 fertilizing weed control clients, and sorry, the type A builder entrepreneur that I am, that's in my mind, is immediately just starts churning numbers. I'm thinking, okay, 300 fertilizing weed control clients that make like 100 grand a year or whatever. And I don't remember what the cost was to buy the franchise. However, it needed to have a new truck because it was super old and wore out. All the equipment was just shot. And so that I had to factored in that cost. But then what really struck me was, okay, we're heading into winter, so I can probably close 30% of these people on snow services. So boom, there's 30 new residential snow accounts. Money, money, money. Then also next year, they're already doing fertilizing and weed control. Even if 10% of them churn out or 30% of them churn out or whatever, we're still sitting good. Then I can sign them for mowing and cleanups and everything except what that fertilizing company does. So boom, there's another 100 grand a year at least that I can add to the business. And then I can also add in landscape installations and all this stuff, because that company didn't touch those, and it was totally fair game for me to do that and still operate both companies. Here was the kicker that I didn't like, and this is why I don't like franchises, and maybe this was just that company, I don't know. A lot of, obviously, franchises work for a lot of people. Look at McDonald's, a lot of those are owned by franchisees. Subways are all franchisees, I believe, and they're pretty successful, I'd say. But the thing that I didn't like was for the existing maintenance customers I already had that had fertilizing weed control, we were signed on with them, they would have required me to have those customers be operating under this company's like they had to be serviced by that company and they would get the money from those services. And I didn't like that idea because I had paid to acquire those customers by marketing to them and having to win over with customer relations and making sure they were treated right and all that sort of stuff. And I was not going to hand over $30,000 worth of fertilizing weed control clients that I had worked my freaking butt off to get, and then hand it right over to that franchise just because. And even though I'm already paying that franchise to get into their business, so that's one of the things about their model I did not like, and it was kind of annoying to have to do that and have to basically hand over work or clients I had worked so hard to get. And but again, also I still had the idea of, well, hey, let's do this, let's try it. And so they call me up and say, hey, like this is after like 3 phone conversations or whatever, and they say, hey, well, come on down and we'll fly you out, or you have to pay to fly over, but we'll pick you up in a limo and all this sort of stuff and come over to our office and we'll talk. And so then they sent me over some information, and I just read through it and I didn't like it. The thing that was the big kicker was having to basically hand over the customers that I already had because they were in the territory that was somewhat covered by this existing company that the franchise had, and my lawn customers were in that same area. So they had to basically, I had to hand over my fertilizing weed control revenue to that company, and then the whatever royalty fee is would be coming out of that revenue and be going to them. And I didn't like that idea. So even though I probably could have upsold them all those customers to maybe hundreds of extra thousands of dollars worth of more work with landscape installations and snow and lawn maintenance and all that sort of stuff, I decided to back out and withdraw from doing. I'm sorry, I'm still not good at selfies, by the way. Like I need to be looking at the dang camera, but I'm looking at the screen. So sorry about that if it's totally goofing you up with watching this. But basically, I decided to totally withdraw. And then in 2013, we really hit it hard with landscape installations, doing like, I think one of the top jobs we did that year was like $16,000 or $17,000, and basically just got into a routine of doing $5,000 to $10,000 per week with revenue, and absolutely just killing it. And I was way more happy than I would have been with trying to manage basically 2 different companies because of all the different invoicing and stuff. Because when you have a whole nother entity, you have to do all kinds of just crazy, you have to follow what their protocol with the software they use. I couldn't choose the software I wanted to use with billing and routing and all that sort of stuff. And I couldn't imagine how much harder that would have been to just manage just that aspect of it, and having to hire someone to do all that stuff when the existing guys I had working for me could handle everything that we did. So I ended up being a lot happier. We got really good at doing patios and doing landscape, just demolitions and removal, and then doing grading and sod and all that sort of stuff. And things got really, really good at that point, or after that point of learning, well, hey, franchise is not the ideal model for me because I'm so just obsessed with being in control of my business and all the things, and trying to control as many aspects as possible. So if you are someone that is really not someone that likes to have you tell you what to do or provide a framework for you, then the franchise probably isn't going to work for your business. That said, though, a lot of franchises might be a little bit different. That was just the one that had seen some really real potential with because it was already built. That's why I had the idea, or that's why I liked the idea of potentially buying it, is because I didn't have to start building it from the ground up. With some of these other franchises that were calling me 3 times a week, they wanted me to basically start over from scratch and take all my existing clients and shuffle them all into their franchise. And these were companies that did full service, so I would have lost all of the ownership of those clients to that franchise, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's kind of the story there. Rule of thumb: if you are someone who is really obsessed with controlling your businesses, don't do a franchise unless they allow you to run the show totally. Franchises work great for some people who don't have the like builder mindset with creating something and having it basically be something unique and being able to market it and all that sort of stuff. Works out great for those people if they want to follow a structure because that's just what they like. Sweet, and that's something sweet and it can work great for them. So if you like this kind of video and talking about business and all that kind of cool stuff, be sure to go down below and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you in the video tomorrow.